Hello everybody, it is Monday. I am out in the shop. What I got to do is I got to start with something here. Let me show you what I need to get taken care of. This is a pile of everything that was on my saw from the show. I had it all laid out and organized so I could turn it, and I moved it over here so that I could help my good friend. We used my my Incra sled here to cut some slats. They have a project going. They needed them cut to a certain length and as well as a certain width. And that sled was perfect for that. It gave us exactly what we needed, so they have exactly what they need for their project. But I just kind of quickly moved everything, so I need to go through real quick and kind of sort this out and figure out what's what. Also, I tell you what, the great people over at Drop Anchor Creations, this is incredible. They sent me, that's what this is right here. I'm not going to flip it around and show their address, but they sent me a replacement blank. So I'm hoping to prep this blank tonight and get it turned to the point where I blew the other one up. And then I don't know if I'm going to say anything in the video. I think I will say something in the video about blowing it up. I don't know. Let me work on that and decide. You guys will know because you watch this channel if I don't say anything. But everything was going great. It was just that final pass, and it was me that screwed up. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to do that. I have a package here that I need to do a mail call on, and it came from the United Kingdom. I'm going to get that opened up for you here in just a second. Let me get straightened up first and see, make sure I get everything back where it goes. Then we'll open that up. Well, I was working my way through the shop, just kind of putting things back. I put my sled back up on the wall, and I got my blanks sorted back on the table. And I was trying to get my fan plugged in and get my planer back in the corner there. And of course I knocked the fan over and it hit the table and a bunch of stuff fell off the table. And one of the things that fell off the table was my set of collet chucks. And I could only account for 4 collets. And I was getting really nervous because there was a garbage can sitting below that table. And I was nervous that it had fallen into the garbage can. And then I was thinking, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to dig through this thing and find this collet chuck. But thank goodness it had rolled across the floor and I found it on the other side of the shop. So, whew, I dodged a bullet there. I'd like to go ahead and open this package here. I've got the top cut off. Let's shake everything out of it. Wow, a lot of blanks in here. Oh, you guys are gonna like this one. You're gonna like this one. Let's see what we've got. This came from Highgate Handmade, artisan wood turner and blank supplier, Geoff Walker. Wow, this is from the UK. It was the United Kingdom. I was correct about the stamp on the envelope. This is quite a long letter where he talks a little bit about, I'm going to shut the camera off and read this. Then I can kind of paraphrase and give you the highlights, and we'll take a look at these blanks. There's one of them here especially that is super amazing. All right, guys, I read through the letter, and what we've got here, Geoff makes blanks. He's got, these are some custom flower in resin blanks. Very amazing. He's got 2 of those in here. He also has included, these are buttons in resin, different colored buttons, well, different colors of red and white buttons. And if you turn them a certain way, you can kind of see the buttons. So those are really cool. This last one's kind of special. Basically, I've got some information here for him. Highgate Handmade. I've got his Etsy store. I'm going to include this in the comments below if you want to check this out, because he's working really hard to get these. He's got an Etsy store, and he's potentially working to get these in, I thought he said Amazon, so they'd be available to U.S. turners without having all of the extensive costs that you get when you ship overseas. This is a type of blank that he can do a custom order on only because, and you'll see why in a second, but check this out. RJB Wood Turner, YouTube legend. I don't know about that part, but this part here is pretty sweet. It's kind of gold. The 3D printed section is gold with my logo filled with like a pearl white resin. And you want to know something cool? You can't see it, but when he printed this, my logo halfway through flip-flops. So on this side of the pen, it won't be backwards. It will be just like this side. This is gonna be cool. It won't be long before I turn this one because I'm pretty excited about it. Geoff, I want to say thank you for all of these beautiful blanks. I will get them over on my table. We're gonna have to work these into the rotation. I got quite a few going right now with the Mid-Ohio Valley Pin Turner Gathering blanks. But I think what I'm going to do is I've got everything. I don't know how well you can see it, but everything's on the left side of the table. I think on the right side of the table, I'm going to start another batch of blanks because I've got some things that I really want and need to turn. And I think I'm just going to have to start another batch. I'm getting a little bit nervous because I got a couple other projects that I want to do for you guys. I want to build a sled for making a certain type of blanks. I have a couple of other small projects I want to do. I'd like to get back to turning some kitless pins. But I just have so many blanks to turn and it's just tough keeping up with it. So we're going to get them on the table and we're going to try to work these into a second rotation right after these. We'll start again. And as time permits, you know, I'll start turning all of these, the blanks that are coming out of this, this next section. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That blank is super cool, man. It is awesome. I think tonight I'm just going to work on a lot of preparation stuff. I need to prep this other blank, this woodstock blank. I'm going to try to get some of the stuff laid out that I just received. I got this beautiful pennant that I need to get hung up above that pennant, so I'm excited about that. A few other little odds and ends, so I think I'm just going to prep because it's been a long day at work. I'm kind of tired. I don't want to take a chance. I'd rather come out fresh and turn. So we're going to kind of clean and prepare and just get tools sharp and just everything ready to go. So the next time I come out to the shop fresh, I can hit this pretty hot and heavy and get some stuff done. Let me work on this pennant and I'll show you what it looks like when I get it up. Check that out, man. Love my Cardinals. I finally got a chance to finish this album. It was on the lighter side of rock and I heard a lot of what I'm going to say reggae undertones in the album. It was okay. It wasn't one of my favorites, but you know, take it or leave it. I could listen to it again. I just finished up taking care of a few things around the shop. I think I'm going to call it quits and go in for now, but there's a possibility I may get out later tonight. If not, I think tomorrow's looking good. Let me show you where I'm at. I've got my replacement woodstock blank on the lathe. I went ahead and squared up both ends. Got it ready to go. Tool rest is in place, dust collector. I got the hose run all the way back to the dust deputy. Went ahead and put my ladder back in place with my tripod, so I'm ready to record. And I put a brand spanking new edge on my tool, so it is razor sharp and ready to go. I got all of my blanks re-sorted back to the kits they belong to, so I'm ready to pick up on the next blank once that one is finished. I've laid out the blanks I've got. I showed you these. This was that Valley Oak, and here's the blanks I got today. These are a couple of blanks I showed you guys. These are the ones from Cedar Point. I've got them laid out. I'm going to try to at least do one blank from each of those guys, and then I got to get up in the loft, and I got a bunch of blanks I've drug up there. I got to go through and see what I can find. I know a lot of you guys have sent me blanks in the past, and I try to turn as many of them as possible. I try to turn one blank from each person that sends me a blank. It gets a little tough to do because I go through bouts where I run out of kits, and kits are the cheapest kit is about $6.95. So each pin I get, I gotta have a kit for, and if I don't have kits, a lot of times they go in a to be turned box, and there's a huge box up there. I need to get through and pick out some of the more unique ones. I apologize if you sent me a blank and I haven't turned it. I'll be honest, I can't guarantee that I will get it turned, but I do put your name on the blank and what it is. And as I'm sorting through blanks, periodically I'll go up there and look for something and I'll find stuff. And some of you guys who have sent me blanks in the past will notice it may be a year, 2 years later, all of a sudden your blank shows up. Because as I'm sorting, looking for something cool to work with or turn, I find a blank and it's got your name on it. And I always, always, always give a shout out when that happens. I think I do have some wood over here that I got together for the sled I want to make. I've got some other wood laying down here on the floor for a second project I want to make. I just got to get some time to get it going. I've got ideas for Chaos 4.0. I got tons and tons of ideas, tons and tons of projects, and guys, I'm running out of time. Just don't have any time. But for now, I'm going to close the video. Thanks for hanging out with me. If I get back out in the shop, I'll shoot some more. Otherwise, I will talk to you most likely tomorrow after work.